Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So happy to have you here today. For those of you who are new, my name is Donna, and for those of you who are not new, thank you so much for continuing to come back and enable my midlife crisis. Today I am doing my November empties. I am so excited. I love empties. I love watching empties. I love recording empties. I just like seeing what I've gone through, what everybody else has gone through. I love hearing about what the product is, whether they'd repurchase it, if they'd repurchase it, why, if they wouldn't repurchase it, why. I love empties. So I'm super excited to go through my November empties with you today. I don't have a lot, to be honest, but some people might think it's a lot. We're just going to jump in. The first thing I have here is this. It is trashed. It is the L'Oreal Elvive Total Repair 5 shampoo. This is actually something my daughter bought before she left and then never took with her. We finished it up. It's not an amazing shampoo. It's not a horrible shampoo. It's just a shampoo. I don't get wrapped up in hair things, as you may or may not know, so... the next thing I have here is this Tea Tree Lemon Sage Invigorating Shampoo by Rempure. I love the smell of this. It smelled amazing, just like any kind of tea tree, anything that you can purchase. Real minty, real fresh. I did not like it as a shampoo. I felt like I had to go in several times to make my hair feel clean. It didn't lather very much. I know that there's other, like Paul Mitchell has I think it's Paul Mitchell has a tea tree shampoo and conditioner that I actually prefer 1,000 times over this. It was only $10 at TJ Maxx, but still $10 for 32 ounces of shampoo at TJ Maxx. I think it's still really freaking expensive, to be honest. I've gotten better shampoos for like $5 for more ounces at Walmart, and better shampoos that I felt cleaned my hair better. My daughter did use the poop out of this because she used it as a soap on her body, as a bubble bath, and as a shampoo in her hair, which is, you know, not unheard of here. So we go through shampoo rather fast. So $10 for that shampoo was just far too expensive for how many times I felt like I had to wash my hair with it. The next thing I have are these. They are the Beauty Concepts I Woke Up Like This Coconut Facial Wipes. These are just something I pick up at TJ Maxx every time I'm there. Not these ones specifically, but their facial wipes are something I pick up at TJ Maxx every time I'm there. There are 60 wipes in each one of these, and they are only like $4. $3.99 to be exact. I think that that is an amazing price when you are paying $5 for like a pack of 20 or 40. $4.99 or $3.99 for a pack of 60 is a pretty phenomenal price. So I do pick these up every single time I am at TJ Maxx. The next thing I have in here is this Mary Kay oil-free eye makeup remover. Those of you who know my channel know that this is my holy grail eye makeup remover product. However, I did pick up another one of these, so I do have one in my backup stock. My friend Rachel sells it, and I purchased them from her. But I have recently found a drugstore option for this that I feel like works the same, maybe better, and doesn't hurt my eyes, which if you guys know my channel, you know that that's part of the problem that I have with other eye makeup removers other than this, is that they're super strong, super oily. They hurt my eyes to use. I've used all kinds. I've used Wet n Wild. I've used this one. I've used more expensive options. I have used less expensive options. This one was always my holy grail because it did not hurt my sensitive eyes. And I found one which I'll mention in my favorites this month, well, favorites for the month of November, that I think might be given this one for a run for the money. It is a less expensive option, and it has more in it, and it does the same job, maybe better, and doesn't hurt my eyes. So I do have a backup of this. I love this stuff. but I also might have another option for you guys. This guy cost me $16 for 3.75 fluid ounces, which I was willing to pay up until very recently. The next thing I have in here is actually this that came in my hair dye kit. It is the L'Oreal Feria Conditioning Shampoo. I wish they would make this stuff in full size. I would buy this over and over and over again. The shampoo smells amazing. It makes my hair feel amazing, and it's great for color treated hair. So a lot of us have color treated hair. A lot of us use these silly little shampoo deluxe samples that come in our dye boxes, but unless of course you're getting your hair dyed at a salon, you're gonna get a, you know, color conditioning shampoo in your box. I love this shampoo. I would buy it over and over and over again if I could find it in full size. If you guys know that they're making this full size, please let me know, because I would buy it. And the next thing I have in here is kind of declutter. I think you guys maybe heard about this item in my product faves and flops for November, or in November for October, and it is the e.l.f. sponge. Like, I am getting rid of this guy. There's nothing wrong with it, like, as far as age goes. It is a relatively new to me sponge, but I felt like this thing took off my makeup more than it did anything to help blend it. Every time I used it, it's soft, and when it's wet, it expands quite a bit, but I felt like it was taking off my makeup instead of blending it into my face. And that might have to do with the porous nature of this. This is a little more porous than I feel like my Real Technique sponge is. The Real Technique sponge, I feel like, is more of a smooth surface, and this one is definitely pretty porous. But I'm finding the same to be true for the, I have a beauty blender, an actual beauty blender that I've been using recently, that I got in my FabFitFun, I think, last season. And I also don't like it very much just because of the same factors. It's pretty porous, and I don't feel like it stays feeling damp for very long, and I feel like I'm constantly having to go in and re-wet it. I felt the same way with this one. I think they were trying to be a beauty blender, but they failed miserably because I feel like it takes off my makeup more than lets it stay or blends it. So I'm just getting rid of this. The next thing I have is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Y'all know, if you watch my channel, this is my holy grail setting spray. I love this setting spray. I did buy 2 backups of it during Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty. I think the last day they had these, one for $16. You can typically pick up a dual pack for $39, but even at that, which is super inexpensive for this setting spray, one for $16, so 2 for $32 was cheaper than the 2 for $39. So I bought them in that Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. I love this setting spray. I feel like it goes on my face and sets my makeup in, and that's where it stays all day long. I don't have to worry about it ever. What I will say is I'm trying to steer out of a more matte finish to my makeup, so I have been looking at dewier setting sprays. A little of this though does go a long way, and I've been using my newer one. I have been using more as a spray for like foiling eyeshadows and whatnot, and it works fabulously for that. I do use it on my face still on occasion, and I have 2 backups, but I don't know if after those are gone, if I will be repurchasing this. I'm hoping to find a dewier setting spray that works as long as this one in the next few months, hopefully before I run out of the other 2 that I have in this. The next thing I have here is this Sexy Hair Style Sexy Hair Play Dirty Dry Wax Spray. So my hair used to be super, super short. If you guys are, you know, a lifer on my channel, if you've been around since the beginning, you know this to be true. It used to be really super short. It used to be super textured in the back, and I used to use this stuff to like spike up the back of my hair, and it would texturize it to perfection. This is an amazing texture spray if you're in the market for a texture spray. It is kind of expensive. The Sexy Hair line is kind of expensive, but they work amazingly. Since my hair has been growing, I haven't been using it that much. So I'm really super shocked that I actually was able to get through the bottle, but I did. The spray on it is awesome. There's nothing, ooh, there was a little bit. There's not really anything left in it. It does smell amazing. The spray is amazing. It's just a really good product for your hair. It reminds me, the smell of it reminds me of summer to some extent. So I would, if I ever go short with my hair again, short, I would definitely repurchase that. The next thing I have in here is a couple of items I actually ended up giving to my daughter. And then my daughter decluttered them to my younger daughter, and now she's done with them, and it's kind of funny actually. This is the NYX Cheek Contour Dual Palette, so it is completely empty, and my little 7-year-old daughter had something to do with this. It did have a light pan and a dark pan for contouring your face, and it was just really not an amazing product, if I have to be honest with you. I do love the packaging though. The packaging is very tactile and very cool. The clasp on it is pretty amazing. It does close and stay closed, so that was a good thing for it. It traveled really easily, and if you're only into contour for, you know, a light and a dark shade, this is an amazing contour packet. But I did not like the tone of this on my face. This is in Double Date, which is number 02, I believe. So it was more of a bronzy color than the colors that I choose to contour my face with. I like using more of a gray base or a cooler tone to contour my face, and this was a little more warm tone. Another thing that came, I got my daughter, or I gave my daughter, I got some freebies from Ulta, and I gave my daughter this guy, and it was a highlight and bronzer duo that she used the poop out of, and she loved it. I can't speak to this. I didn't use it on my face once. My 7-year-old used this, and she used it up. Let me tell you something. That girl could do a Project Pan video and pan everything in probably a month. So she used up both of these items, so I thought I'd throw them in here. Another thing I have is this NYX. Another thing I have is this Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I did like this a lot. The setting spray on it is awesome. It's a continuous mist, so you just mist your whole face. You get every part without having to pump, pump, pump. It doesn't smell awful, but it also doesn't smell good. It's kind of perfumey to me. I did like it though, and it's only $15. I didn't find that it was super dewy though, and I am looking for a dewy setting spray to, you know, give me this. I did prefer the mister on this more than I preferred the mister on this, but as it starts to run out, the mister on it is awful. It like leaves little specks all over your face, and you have to like buff them out with your blender, or it's going to leave like clear freckles on your face. So I also hated the cap on this guy. The cap on this guy fell off no matter what I did to it. If I put the cap on and then picked it up by the cap to go put it somewhere else, the bottle was always falling because the cap didn't sit on tightly. So I hated the cap on it. But this is a really good setting spray if you're in the market for a less expensive, like drugstore options setting spray. It does come with 2.8 fluid ounces, which is a pretty decent size. This is 4 ounces. This is 2.8, so it's a pretty decent size. It's $15. In the grand scheme of things, it kind of rivals in price, I guess. This is $31 for 4 ounces. This is $15 for 2.8. So, you know, you double this, to get the cost of this, and you have just a slight bit more of this than you do this. But I don't know that it set my makeup as long as this did. So I'm really looking for a dewy setting spray that will rival this one as far as longevity. But this one is a good setting spray if you're in the market for a cheaper option as far as the setting sprays go. I do find also that this continuous setting spray led to a more even application. So I wish more of our higher end setting sprays would come up with a continuous spray one. I have heard that Ofra has one, and I'm thinking about trying that one next. The next thing I have is this. It's just a little tiny sample of the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. I got this, I think, in an IPSY, and I was really kind of disappointed with this, honestly. This is spoken of so highly on YouTube and social media that I was expecting amazing things out of it, and I just really didn't feel like it was all that great. I felt like it was a moisturizer for sure, but I just didn't feel like it did anything for my makeup application or longevity. I felt like it went onto my skin and kind of sunk into it instead of like helping my makeup sit better on my face. I also felt like I had to use way too much of this. I literally, and maybe that has to do with the size of this, but I literally would have to pump this guy like 7 or 8 times into my hand to get enough, or to feel like I got enough for my face. So that might have to do with my big fat head, but that also might have to do with the size of this. So, I mean, for those of you who love this product, please tell me if I'm doing it wrong. Please tell me what it is about this product that is so amazing that you love it so much. It does have hyaluronic acid and niacinamide in it. It is an amazing moisturizer. I just didn't find it to be a great primer. So I won't be buying a full size of this Smashbox Primerizer. The next two things I have in here are masks. I have this Wander Beauty Baggage Claim Gold Eye Masks. I did post a picture of me using these on my Instagram. I love these things. I would even entertain purchasing a full pack of them, which I think is $30 for 5. But I really do feel like these go on your face and like under your eyes, and they feel just amazing. They've got a nice little cooling effect, and these stay on your eyes. They're not like gels. They are a gold patch. Let me see if I left them in here. I did not. They're a gold patch, so they are made of a certain kind of material that just goes onto you, and I got some on me. Ugh. A certain material that goes onto your face and holds in the product from the patch into your under eye and does miraculous things. I really feel like it makes a difference in my under eyes when I'm using these patches. But we got these in BoxyCharm, and we only got a set of 3, so I only have 1 more left, so I'm trying hard not to use that last one. The other thing I have here is this Skin Goals Nourishing Sheet Mask with coconut oil that I got at Bed Bath & not Bed Bath & Beyond. I got this at Bath & Body Works. This was cold and sticky and didn't have a great smell to it. I liked the coolness of it because it did make my skin feel like revitalized to some extent. Because it was cold, it made my skin feel alive, to be exact. There wasn't any smell to it, which you would think there would be because it's made with coconut oil. I at least thought it would smell like coconuts. It didn't. I think that my skin felt really good after wearing it, but it didn't feel amazing, and it didn't feel nourished. So this was, I believe, $5 at Bath & Body Works, and I probably would not repurchase this. It's just, I've used I've used nourishing sheet masks that make my skin feel better than this one did. I felt like I put a mask on my face and took it off 20 minutes later and there was no change. I like to be able to use a sheet mask and feel the difference in my skin immediately and not have to use a sheet mask and then go in with an added moisturizer after putting all this moisturizing stuff on my face to feel like my skin is moisturized, which is what I felt like I had to do with that mask. The last thing I have in here, I am loath to be rid of in my collection, and it is this. This is the Perricone MD Essential Effects Acyl Glue. Yep, that word I can't say. Rejuvenating moisturizer. So for those of you who have been with me for a while, you know I received this in my very first Influencer box, and I was so excited to have this in my collection. This is a $179 moisturizer, and it is gone. Gone. I used every single ounce of it, and I have to tell you that I think that this is the best moisturizer that I have ever used on my face. Again, I received it from Influencer for free for review. And I did my review on it. I'll link that up in the cards up here. I did my review on it. I've used it since then almost daily, if not daily. I think there might have been a couple times that I didn't. I was using it 2 times a day, but because it's so, because it does such amazing things to my face and because it was so expensive, I wanted it to last longer, so I only started using it once a day, and that was in the morning. I would put it on underneath my primer. It went so well with anything that I put on my face. It cooperated with everything I had on my face. It didn't matter what primer I had on my face, and my skin felt so silky smooth after using it and nourished and hydrated. I feel like the whole basis of my skin changed while using this. Now, I would repurchase it, but it's $179. Even the 1 ounce container is still $100. They do have a set through Sephora, I believe it is, that has a 1 ounce container of this and 3 other products for $129 that I have thought about purchasing. And in the meantime, until I decide whether I'm purchasing that or not, this was available as a point perk through Sephora, but it is literally this big. So a little tiny baby dude I did pick up is a point perk from Sephora. This was 100 points, and I have used it 3 times, and it's almost gone. And I mean, that's the saddest part of 100. I mean, we spend so much at Sephora, like you'd think that their 100 point perk parts would be just a little bit bigger than this. I mean, half the size even from a 1 ounce container would be awesome, but this is a quarter of a size of a 1 ounce container, so it's 0.25 ounces. It might last me through the week, maybe, but again, I'm using less of it, trying to add an oil in there to like do the Wingos method of skincare so that this lasts a little bit longer, because I'm so sad to have this out of my collection. I would definitely repurchase it, but it's just too expensive for my wallet. So with that being said, that is the end of my empties for November. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. What did you use up in November? Please, I would super be interested to know. And if you have a channel and you have your empties video up, please let me know down in the comment section. I would love to come and visit the channel, love to come and show support and watch your video. As I said, empties videos are some of my favorite videos to not only record but also watch, so I would be super interested to watch your video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, that you give it a big thumbs up, because it really does let YouTube know, and in this YouTube algorithm, in this YouTube world, know what you're watching, what you like to watch, and who you like to watch, and it really does help my channel. I hope that if you're not subscribed yet, that you are considering it. I am a content creator that uploads 3 times a week. I do upload Monday, Wednesday, and Friday or Sunday, depending on how my work week goes. But you're definitely getting content 3 times a week for sure. I really would love to see you down in the comments section of my videos. I am still in this place where I respond to every single comment that is on my channel. So please consider subscribing to my channel on your way out. And until next time, guys, bye.